welcome to another edition of Inside Santa Fe Public Schools podcast. I am Joe Abeta, and today our guest is from the Teaching and Learning Department for 21st Century Learning, the director, Bill Rodriguez. How you doing today, Bill?
I'm doing well, Joe. How you doing?
Good. And it's that time of year again, brother. That's why we have you on here for summer programming, right? I'm sure summer programming here in our community has always been a big deal, right? I know that growing up here that we had the city's after school programs, right? And I think the schools did have some way back when in the 90s. I'm not quite sure how that goes, but summer programming for kids to be able to go somewhere, to be taken care of, and also to be fed, and also to learn something is very important to parents, right? During the summertime, and it can get kind of pricey too as well.
Oh yeah.
So the demand is crazy, I'm sure. So let's just talk a little. Well, let's talk about your department on what you guys do. What does 21st Century Learning do? And I know you're a department of one.
Yes, I'm a department of one.
Yes.
And so 21st Century Community Learning Centers is a federally funded grant, and we operate 13 sites within Santa Fe Public Schools. And our purpose is to incubate dreams by providing opportunities for students to learn skills that help them identify who and what they want to become. And so all of our curriculums are developed in conjunction with our community partners.
Okay.
And we have over 30 curriculums, and they range from our SFPS systems, our Route 66 that goes through Santa Fe, to NASA Chili Challenge. Some of our partners include Georgia O'Keeffe Museum, Museum of International Folk Art, Santa Fe Water Conservancy, Cerise Consulting, Computer Science Alliance. Apple is a huge partner with us. And so we do a myriad of curriculums that are academic enrichment is what we consider it. And so we just finished our new grant cycle application, and so we hope to expand that back into our middle schools in the 26-27 school year. And then we also wrote a grant for HB2 OST to expand into 8 other schools that haven't had OST programming in previous years. And so we'll see what we're funded with. And so it's kind of exciting what is on the horizon and what the possibilities are.
So you guys also, not only summer programming, it's also after school programming too, which is a huge thing, right?
Correct. So we provide through 21st Century and our OST programming, we have 30 weeks of additional programming. So when you think about it, that gives schools and principals and teachers an additional 30 days of being able to connect with students and help build those skills.
Wow. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
How many kids during the school year for after school do you guys have participating?
So we have approximately between 750 and 1,000 students.
Wow, that's pretty incredible.
Every day. And we operate Monday through Thursday, 3:15 to 5:15, 5:30-ish.
And these programs, I mean, it's not just kids after school, they're done with school. Now all they stay there and they're just running willy-nilly, and there's no really structure to it. There's actual programming that's so they can learn something from this, right?
Right. So there's a big difference from, if you look back, 30 plus years when the city was running after school programs within our schools. It was a child care service, someplace safe for the kids to be.
It was willy-nilly.
Right.
No, I'm kidding.
And now we're very structured. So we have a 2-hour structured program where students get about 15, 20 minutes of snack, 30 minutes of tutoring or homework time, and then an hour of enrichment.
Okay.
And so, our students are learning how to code using HTML, Swift language from Apple. They're coding drones, robots, 3D printing. So students are learning Tinkercad, and in some cases our students are learning Fusion 360, which is another computer design app. And then we're teaming that up with all of our artistic curriculums from the museums and our community partners.
It's things like programs like this, though. You think about, like, you touch a few kids, like, as far as like introducing them into something that they wouldn't normally be introduced to, like coding, computer programming, and they'd go, wow, I really enjoy this. This is something I may want to do.
Right.
And, it's opportunities like this that that we create for that we give to our students to allow them to do that, right? I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's exactly. And all of our curriculums have a culminating project or event. So it's, we use that at our family showcases. This evening, in fact, is our Apple showcase. So every year, all of our teachers that have earned their iPad certification, their iMac certification, this year new is Swift certification for teachers. They teach these skills to the students. And then usually the last Thursday in April, we have an Apple showcase, and Apple executives come from different parts of the country.
Yeah.
And, so if you think about it, we're serving, approximately 800 students. We have over 30 teachers trained within our 21st century sites. And so they are producing hundreds of projects through Everyone Can Code and Everyone Can Create. And then we narrow it down. In fact, last week we had 2 mini showcases, and to narrow all those projects down to 6 that will be presented tonight at the Apple Showcase.
Wow.
And that's in partnership with Santa Fe Boys and Girls Club, Santa Fe Indian School, STEM Santa Fe. And this is all part of an Apple CEI grant that the community college is the umbrella entity through what is called the Santa Fe Creative Coding Initiative.
Okay.
And so it's just another huge partnership.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. Yeah. How many schools, is it all of our schools have after school programs?
No. So 21st Century's in 13 of our school sites, mainly our Title I school sites.
Okay.
Some of those same school sites and then other school sites have after-school programs paid through by their PTAs, and so that's usually how other programs are. But
gotcha.
But those are out of my jurisdiction.
No, I gotcha. Okay, so after-school programming, we have that during the school year, and that's been going on for quite some time now.
Our first 21st Century grant was in 2000. So this is where we've gone through 5 cycles. This is we just applied for our 5th cycle of federal funding for it. And so
that's pretty incredible. So then school ends.
School ends.
And then summer programming starts, right?
Correct.
And so would you say there's 2 big summer programming programs here in the city, correct?
Correct.
It's the city and then the schools. Okay,
yes.
So let's talk about the schools.
Okay.
How many students do you serve? Tell us about it.
So this year we have 4 district programs, and they're all under one umbrella called Summer in the Land of Enchantment, and they're being held at Aspen, White Tiger, formerly Cesar Chavez, Ramirez Thomas Elementary, and Salazar.
Okay.
And so each of those sites will host 100 students, and right now the mornings are focused on math and language acquisition, and then the afternoon we have community partners and enrichment activities for them. And so right off the bat, each of those sites we already have scheduled field trips to New Mexico Museum of Art, and they're also with an art project that goes with the site visit. And so all of our kids will go through that. We're also in talks with Mokna to do the same thing. And then our community partners come into our programs in the afternoon, and they are through the Community Educators Network, and they are paid through them to provide approximately 9 hours of enrichment activities for our students. And that ranges from We Grow Eco to Cooking with Kids to you name it. It's Community Educators Network kind of sets that up on their end.
So it's taken kind of like that same the same thing that you're doing during the school year by introducing the students to new things, new ideas, programming, enrichment, as you call it, and then you're bringing it into the summertime where you have them a little bit longer, right? So they're able to invest a little bit more into this enrichment.
Exactly. So in previous years, we had all kinds of programs happening. We had, teachers doing art camps with 4 or 5 students. You name it, we had it. And so we've kind of consolidated it to 4 sites where we can really focus our energy and our our wisdom, I guess, to do that. And then besides the 4 sites, we also, through different departments in the district, put on their own camps. And so our Native American department has their NASS camp, which is at Aspen this year.
Okay.
Our bilingual department, language and culture, they put on newcomer camp, which will be at Gonzales this year. Hands-on heritage, which is run through Partners in Education, is at White Tiger this year. And so
do those programs go into, are those students that participate in those, are those tallied into the total of the 21st century?
No, not into the, so it's all the programs are tallied into summer programs, whether it's 21st century, credit recovery at the high schools, go-kart camp, all of our camps, we pull them into that number.
Yeah.
This year we're speaking with the athletic director for the district, because in the past we've never had an accurate number of how many sports camps occurred during the district. And so he has a system where he's going to be able to give that to me in July. And so we'll have a true number as to what and how many students we are reaching during the summer.
It's pretty incredible, being a student athlete from Santa Fe High, the amount of summer programming that's going on as far as like off-season, practices or whatever you want to call it, right? And so, volleyball, I mean, obviously volleyball, all the fall sports are doing their stuff now, but basketball is huge during the summertime too as well. And baseball, softball, those type of things. So, and I think with new rules with the NMAA, where their coaches are allowed to have more access to their athletes throughout the year, rather than just a certain part of the year.
Exactly. And then on top of that, we've never been able to take into account all the mini camps that the sports teams do. For instance, when the cheerleaders put on a cheer camp for younger students, or the basketball team puts on a camp for younger students, and so it would be great to have all those numbers, because truly our who we serve during the summer is pretty large.
Yeah, and so how many? Because you can't serve everybody, right? So I'm sure that there's a wait list for this type of thing.
Correct. So right now our 3 district programs are already full, and each of those sites, so White Tiger, Ramirez Thomas, and Salazar, all have an average of about 50 students on the wait list.
Okay.
And then Aspen will shortly fill up, pretty soon. And so
that comes out to about 400 students.
400 students that we serve, and then we probably have another 400 on the waiting list.
Okay.
On average.
So just a little insider baseball here. Yeah. When's a great time to sign up for these things so that people are aware of it?
So I start planning summer back in September. So that's when I start planning.
Okay. So after it's over.
Right after it's over, we start. And it's based on our facilities department letting me know what sites are available, what sites will be under construction. We also have principal requests. So, there's a lot. When you look at a building that is being used year round, there's a lot of facility maintenance that needs to occur.
Yeah.
And so principals say, hey, can my site have a summer off, so that way things can be fixed and corrected. And so we take all that into account, and then we look at budget. It always comes down to money.
Yeah.
So the superintendent and her team will tell me basically how much money we have to spend for summer. And then we start looking at that. We start hiring lead teachers in January, and we always try to my goal, and someday we'll reach it, we haven't reached it yet, is to have all of our program information up on our district website in early March. So that way we are competitive with the rest of the city programs that start putting out their schedules in early March. But because of just the bureaucracy of our district and the size and working with budgets and New Mexico Public Education Department, we don't really get those final numbers as far as budget and how many sites we can open until April or so. But we start registering students. Principals were sent application information back in February, late February. And so we've been registering students since February.
And they can just reach out to you or
correct. So
go to the website.
It's on the website.
Okay.
But people can also reach out to me at my email, and I respond pretty quick to most parents' requests.
Okay. So just for next year, folks, start emailing Bill in February.
Yes.
If you want your child to be signed up.
Right.
And is it one per family, or is it, let's say, their siblings? And...
So one application per family.
Okay.
And so there's discussion about going to a lottery system similar to what the city does, because our camps are so highly requested. And
remember those days of waiting out early in the morning,
camping out the night before.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. And so we're starting to see that as well with our programs.
Yeah,
because our teachers do deliver a high quality program where students are learning 3D printing, robotics, coding.
Yeah,
some sites are using drones, and then just our wonderful art curriculums that we're implementing.
And they also they're getting fed too, correct?
Yes, they receive breakfast and lunch.
That's pretty cool.
Right?
That's cool.
And the other thing to that is, even if you're not in our summer programs, students under the age of 18 can go to any of our sites and receive free meals. And so
that's great.
And so our nutrition department does a great program where they put up signage to guide people to where to go and where to enter the cafeteria.
They really get their lunch or their breakfast. That's
Correct.
pretty incredible.
So
during the summertime.
During the summertime.
That's awesome. Well, Bill, I got to say, it's impressive what you do in a party of one, right? And it's great. It's a big service to our community. And congratulations on the success of it, and also to the teachers and to the everyone else that's facilitating this and making this happen. Right?
Yeah.
How many people does it take to make this run smoothly as far as the summertime
as far
goes?
As the summertime, so we have 2 full-time administrators that help me oversee our 4 district sites.
Okay.
But on average, we're employing 5 teachers, an educational assistant, a lead teacher at each of those sites. And then depending on funding, we can support them with a tech teacher or an art teacher that we discuss later on once we start seeing all the closing of accounts and pulling different budgets. And so easily, between the 13 sites, we're probably looking at another 100 teachers that are employed over the summer. That's great. And then when we look at student nutrition, that's another 50. Transportation's another 20 or 30. Transportation, just so to clarify, is only for our ESY and our compensatory services program. So we provide a service that helps keep our teachers and our families here in Santa Fe. So.
Yeah, no, definitely. Also helps the working families too, right? During the summertime, where they feel like they've left their child in a safe and learning environment, and they can go about working their 8 to 5 job at the state or at a government or wherever, and then be able to pick them up and just continue on. So that's great.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's a needed service, and I wish we could expand it even larger.
Yeah.
So,
well, who knows? What
the future brings.
Yeah, what the future brings, exactly. Well, thanks, Bill. I appreciate you coming on today, man.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. And thank you, folks, for watching. You've been watching Inside Santa Fe Public School podcast. Folks, have a safe week. Have a great week. Adios.